here. Lisa, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, please?
Good morning, everybody. I'm Lisa Aguilera. I have been in real estate licensed in 2006, but started doing residential full-time in 2009. I always knew that Keller Williams was the only company that I wanted to work for because of their culture, and I read the Red Book. And so I started my career there. After a while, I went out on my own for 4 years, and I'm glad that I did it. I got to experience some new and interesting things. However, I am super happy that I'm back at KW. And I knew that when I went back to not being on my own, that KW really was the only choice for me.
Well, thank you, Lisa. And we're happy that you're back as well. So that's exciting. Carlos, go ahead and introduce and tell us a little bit about yourself, please.
Carlos Cantu here at the Modesto office. Started real estate in 2008, not licensed until 2012. I started as a manager for another agent, just managing all his REO properties, working with asset managers. Did that for about 4 years before I decided to I loved real estate, so I decided to give my license and started with PMZ, came over to Keller Williams a few times now. And I've just been doing it since 2012 is when I really went on my own to become my own agent, and just tried different places a few times, but back here at Keller Williams in Modesto.
Well, I'm definitely glad that has happened. And it's funny how both of you guys left and tasted the water someplace else and came back. And I'm really excited about that. That's good to point that out. Ashley, why don't you go ahead and share a little bit about yourself, please?
Hey, everybody. Ashley Pardell here, and I've been with Keller Williams for a while. I don't know what year I joined, but I got my license in 2014. I was with Groupie Real Estate, then Remax. And then when Michelle approached me, I knew it was a good fit, and I love my people here at Keller Williams. So just obviously the culture, the opportunity, and my people is why I stay. And I have a super awesome team. It's me. We have our new ops manager, Erin, here. She's here because I know you guys want like questions in regards to like database and stuff. We have Jan Cossey over here. She's an agent and traffic coordinator. You can't see her. Chris Ortega is on the Zoom. And then we just recently hired on our son, Marky. So he just got his license and he's ready to hit the ground running. So that's our team. We do put up over 100 units a year, and we plan on making that happen every year. That's our minimum goal every year.
I love it. I love it. Get your standard out there. That's beautiful. Nagi, tell us a little bit about yourself. Oh, you're muted. You're muted.
How about now?
Perfect.
Okay. I'm Manpreet Nagi. I'm from Tracy office, and I have been working in real estate for last almost 18 years.
You need to mute something or someone. The other computer, you'll need to mute. There you go.
Is it better now?
No. Darn it.
How about now?
You could probably let the other one go since we can see you on both. I'm thinking.
Okay. Sorry for
That's
that.
correct.
How is it now?
That is good, but we can't see your beautiful face. But go ahead and introduce yourself if you like.
I'm Manpreet Nagi. I have been doing real estate for almost over 18 years. I was initially a loan officer. So my background started with loans, and eventually I moved into real estate full-time in around 2013. And I joined Keller Williams almost more than a year back, and I absolutely love it here.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. All right, you guys, we're going to jump right on in. In no special order, we're just going to start, okay? So what is the first thing you do every morning without fail in regards to your business? How does this set up your day for success? Anyone can take this.
Every morning when I'm getting ready, I have on a podcast or I watch a YouTube video of real estate experts out there. Because right now, especially, our market is changing so much, and there's so much volatility, and there's so much we have to understand about the whole big picture of the financial world, not just our little niche here in Tracy, Manteca, Modesto, Central Valley. And so I spend about 30 to 45 minutes, sometimes even on my way to work, I'll continue listening to a podcast. And it really has helped me as I have conversations with people who are on the fence about buying or don't understand how inflation can in fact affect them, or the change in interest rates. It really does help me have an educated conversation with my clients so that they can feel comfortable making financial decisions for their family. If people are relying just on the news to get their information, it is not going to be helpful.
Thank you so much. Ashley, looked like you wanted to say.
Yeah, so I agree 100% with everything Lisa does, because I believe we need to know what's going on in other areas, because obviously it trickles down here. We're kind of like the last to get hit with like what's going on. So it's good to pay attention to what's going on in different areas. And I always listen to podcasts. Tom Ferry's one of my big ones. I love his podcasts. I listen to like other motivational stuff, or I listen to like good motivational music. That gets me going in the morning.
I love that. I love that. Carlos, you want to answer that one, or do you want to take another one?
I'll take another one.
Okay. What is the best technique script you use to set the correct price?
The best what? Technique?
Script. Script or technique.
To set the what, I'm sorry?
To set the correct price, sales price.
I don't really use scripts to be perfectly honest with you too much. I'm more of a buyer's agent. Historically, that's what I've been. Typically, when I do get the listings, this last year has mostly all of them been by referral, past clients. That's where most of my listings have come from. I can't honestly say that that's one of the areas that I need to improve on, is working on a script.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. That's great. Ashley, you want to take it?
Yeah, so I typically let my face do all the talking. So I go over comps, I go over what their house is looking like, go over comps, all that good stuff. And then I ask them, what number do you have in your mind? Because I know you've looked online and I know there's a number in your head. So what number is that, right? And if their number's way off than like what we already went over, I just kind of give them a look like, okay, all right, well, let's have a little talk, and then we'll kind of just go back from there. And sorry, I just got distracted. I just flashed my ring. I got engaged yesterday.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
So that's why I got distracted, because I wasn't going to do that, but I took it with my hands.
Congratulations.
Sorry, back to real estate. All right. So I just tell them, well, what's working right now in the market is pricing it like aggressive, so we get more people in, right? So if the house down the street sold for $550, I think we should price it right there, or possibly like $545, $535, just so we get more people in, and we can be more selective with the offers that we get in. And obviously it goes a lot smoother than that, but that's the approach. And most of the time, about 95% of the time, they do take my advice. If they don't, I let them know, okay, well, I'm not the owner of this property, obviously. Here's my recommendation, and this is the price you want to list at, right? We could see how it does, but if we don't get the number that you want, I think we'll revisit this conversation in a couple of weeks. And obviously with this market, we haven't had to do that, but yeah, most of the time they do listen.
All right. Does anybody else want to take that one?
Just to add, I think what Ashley said is great. If you use Cloud CMA, there are pages that you can add to your listing presentation, and a few of them are pricing your home. And it talks about what it looks like if you price your home above comps, below, and right at. And there used to be a great triangle in there that I use all the time, which it's not in there anymore, but if anyone wants it, I'd be happy to share it. And it really does demonstrate to them that if you price at market, below market, or over market, the impact on the number of people that are looking at it, and then the percentage of people that are likely to make an offer. So when they can see it in black and white, it's really easy for me to refer to it and explain it to them.
So that's a link you could share, or?
From the MLS, there's Cloud CMA.
Right.
And in there, most of the information's there, but there's also another page they don't have in there anymore, but I love it, so I use it. I can share it with you, Michelle.
Yeah, that'd be great. And I can send it out to everybody. Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Michelle,
Okay. Yes.
I usually like to what Lisa was saying, but I also ask the question, how important is for you to sell your home? Do you want to sell it quick, or you going to be okay if it sits in the market? And they look at me and they're like, well, I want to make my money now. I go, exactly, we agree. So I try to get them to agree to my questions. I don't know, that's just technique.
No,
And then
that's
I
great.
say, if you put your house, I know you want to make the best money of it, but if we price it so high, think about it. We're going to make it cheaper other houses. So you're just not going to sell. And we don't want that, right? We want to get as much traffic. And then I start using the scenarios that other people said, and it really works.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much for chiming in. I appreciate that. What is who was the most efficient hire for your team that truly changed the dynamic of your business? For those of you who have a team.
I think first hire should always be a transaction coordinator. So they can, I mean, if you're a real estate agent, most likely you're like, squirrel, where's my next deal? Who can I talk to, right? And transaction coordinators keep all your paperwork in line and get the deal to the closing side. So that's awesome. And then next up, I definitely say an admin, because we hired on Erin. How long have you been with the team? Like 3 months. 3 months, and she's already totally rocked our social media. We did try the virtual assistant thing, but it really didn't work out too much for us because we need more hands-on. We do a lot of like client events and like pop buys for clients and all that stuff. So she is taking all of that on, and I'm so glad she's here because I'm just thankful we haven't scared her away yet.
That's awesome. Anybody else want to chime in on that question?
I hired
Best hire. Go ahead.
I hired a virtual assistant for my marketing, and that has been my best recruit for in a while. They do everything you see me doing everywhere, and that brings me a lot of business. So I don't have to use my brain anymore in technology.
I love that. I love that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Anybody else want to answer that one?
I think the biggest thing when you're first getting started and you're hitting a certain amount of transactions a year, especially some of the newer agents, getting a transaction coordinator is probably the biggest thing, because it just frees up your time to stay in your lane, stay in 20, go get the next transaction. I think sometimes we want to do it all, learn everything, but sometimes that's not always the best, because having that help just frees up so much of your time, not having to worry about the transaction, and having a good one that can be there for you all the time. It's great.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You guys, okay. How many hours a week do you work, and do you unplug at all?
I'm super good about unplugging now. Sorry, Lisa, go ahead.
No, you go, Ashley.
I just wanted to say that I'm super good about unplugging now, because I feel like our team is like definitely there for each other. So I was out of town this weekend, and the girls were on the ground and showing property and writing offers, and so it's nice to have a team structure because you can do that, and I didn't feel the need to like check my phone. I do set the tone with clients. So if they want to meet, I kind of give them 2 different options. I say, hey, I'm available today at 3 or tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. or whatever my schedule looks like. But I really try to protect time to pick up my daughter from school and to be there to make dinner for her in the evenings, and then obviously spend time with her on the weekends.
Thank you so much. Lisa, would you like to move forward?
Yeah, I agree with everything Ashley said. And I'm very disciplined about coming into the office. I think it's very important to hold regular business hours, because it's really easy in our business to get distracted by things. And next thing you know, you haven't been in the office for 3 days. Or when you've had a few closings, it feels good to not have to go into work. But I really think the most important thing that I've learned about real estate is if you treat it like a business, you will be successful. So it killed me. I worked yesterday and Saturday, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take a day off during the week. And here I am. And it's a matter of, I've gotten used to it, that Monday through Friday, I'm in the office. And if I have something important, I'll take it off. But I really think routine and consistency is the most important thing you can do with your time.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right, different types of marketing. What kind of marketing are you doing for you and your team?
Well, why don't we bring Erin in on this? So go ahead.
So right now I have been working very much, very often closely with Arthur to learn everything that I can possibly learn through command.
Okay, wait a minute. Say that one more time. I think there was a shout out.
Command with Arthur. When I first came on, we met with Zach Younger, and he recommended to me the big kahuna kind of training that it's called Together Everyone Achieves More. It's in the marketplace. I signed into that and I've been working through it. I would highly recommend it, especially for someone that's new. I didn't know anything about command. So I'm learning through that, trying to get to where like the campaigns and sending things out more frequently on the plans that they have. And I'm just using Canva a lot, all the time, utilizing Canva to make things and then post it on our social media. So all across our Instagrams, our stories, and our Facebook, trying to keep that out. And I kind of want to tie that in with the command plans or something, or designs. Arthur's going to be helping
Designs. It's a designs.
Yeah. So I haven't really got into that yet.
She definitely grew our social media though.
Yeah,
Because she's been
right.
actively working it on all channels. It has grown to a lot more followers.
That is amazing. And just so you know, that's in the marketplace is in command, right? So when you look at the icons on the top, right by your name on the right-hand side is the marketplace. And when you click that, there are different classes or different coaching that you can sign up for. So definitely take a look at that. There's a lot.
There's a lot, and she's been plugging
the
in.
one that Together Everyone Achieves More, I'm like blown away. I haven't got to log into one of the live ones yet because I started late and then I was out for a couple weeks. But even the recordings, I'm super impressed by it. Like really impressed. Hopefully you catch it today.
Look at this Popeye she
And
created.
here's what we're doing for February to send out to clients. So it's a cake mix and like a little Valentine's one. I went and robbed Target of all of them. And then we made a little thing just saying like from our family to yours. And then all of our agents are picking some clients and then I'll drop them off at their doors. Just client appreciation.
Yeah, we do that. That's a huge hit. We get posted on social medias and we obviously get more followers there. We love up on our clients. That's our main tactic. We don't buy any online leads. So our numbers are truly like referral based.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. Nagi, you just won an award for YouTube that we haven't posted because she didn't want me to throw it out there, but she did. So I don't know exactly how it was worded, but basically if you listen to all of what group was that?
I forgot the band's name, but
Yeah, the band. Oh my gosh.
it's very common, popular
Oh my gosh,
band.
it is. Okay, but if you listen to this band like for 24 hours, you still didn't listen enough.
It's a band very popular in teenagers. I forgot which one is it. They said if you listen to every video they made, Beatles.
Yes.
So every music video they made twice, that is how much your YouTube channel was watched in 24 hours.
Isn't that crazy? And tell us about your videos that you do.
I do everything. You see on my videos, I do everything, anything. I'm running, I'll post a video. I am working, I'll make a video. I got sick and I'm showing a house, I'll make a video. Hey, I'm sick, still showing the house. So I just make video of anything and everything. Sometimes it's little personal, like my work. Yeah, it works because basically it's keeping me in touch, first of all, with my sphere, because pretty much a lot of people are on my Facebook, my clients, I friend them. So it keeps me in touch with them. And then I'm responding to their text and messages. So I'm getting in touch with my sphere. So that is how I market my social media. Plus I stay in touch with my sphere. Both things put together brings everything together for me.
Thank you so much.
I like how your videos are unedited.
My videos are never edited.
Yes, that's what I like.
And that is what I was telling Michelle other day. When I am making a video, I want people to know that I'm a working mom. If I don't have my makeup on and I'm just like my hair's like this, but still I'm showing a house, and they can that work a woman who is working in the kitchen and cooking and sees my video, she can relate with me. Oh, she's not a model, she's like me. She's still in her workout clothes and she's showing. So that is how I keep myself connected with them. I don't edit. We are all human beings. So we make several mistakes.
Very authentic.
I like
love
that.
it.
I like that.
Yes. If you had to start all over, starting all over, what's that one thing that you could say, this is what I'm going to do differently? I should have done this. Nagi.
Stay in touch with my sphere as much as possible. I learned it very, 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 very late, but that is number one thing. If just call them, talk to them about anything. What did you cook? Hey, I bought this one new. Anything with, you can relate with them. But I do that and it is working very good. That's one thing I would start from the very beginning.
Thank you so much for sharing. Who else wants to chime in on that one?
100% what she said. Like whenever I see a house that's listed and I sold them that house, I know instantly, like my heart drops, I want to cry, but I know it's because I haven't touched base with them. So we're way more purposeful with making sure like, okay, text the people or sending like CMAs if you sold them a house 2 or 3 years ago, stuff like that. Just touching base.
Database.
They forget, especially if it's like a referral and you didn't really have that like relationship with them in the beginning. Even though they had a great experience with you, all it takes is some agent to knock on their door or flyer or something like that, and they're like, shoot, what was that guy's name again?
Right.
Yeah, just really stay on top of that.
That's one thing, Erin, you're going to enjoy with Command. It does all that all by itself. So
she was actually telling me that. And thank you, Arthur, because she's, you're teaching her all kinds of stuff. And now she's telling me things that I didn't even know Command did. So
Arthur's amazing. Utilize.
My pleasure.
Yes.
There's one more thing I would like to add. What I have started doing recently, very recently, since last September or October, I made a group of contacts in my phone for all my past closed clients. Now, on every festival, occasion, Thanksgiving, any holidays, I make a personal video of 30 seconds or 40 seconds. Hey, this is Nagi wishing you this. I hope your family is safe and healthy. Just wanted to wish you. And I send that video to all 300-400 people in few seconds. So that shows them my face. And it shows that I'm sending it from my cell phone. It's not like a bulk random email sent to them. It looks like Nagi has sent this personally to me. So that is also very good. I'm able to get connected to my old previous clients from 10, 15 years back.
That's great. Thank you so much. Okay, what is your follow-up process when you have a seller lead? What do you do?
Call, email, text until you get a hold of them.
Keep on going. Yeah,
Yep.
I love it.
are we talking about escrow, like offer accepted or home on the market?
Well, we could do that now. Go ahead. Once you have the seller, the home listed, what do you do? What's your follow-up? What is your marketing?
Up on them. I send them a link of their home, tell them to follow me on social media so they can see that it's on there. And then obviously we're in touch during showings. I did give that up before, but I like to know who's showing my listings. So I am the main contact for that. And then obviously, we sit down to review offers. And then during the escrow period, it's just keep them informed. Jan sends out like an intro email with timelines. And then I touch base throughout that timeline, but definitely at least once or 2 times a week.
Anybody else want to chime in? Working with your seller, what is the process that you use working with the seller? Do you circle prospect when you get a listing? What do you do? Go ahead.
We do send out 200 mailers around each home, and we've got our lender to split that with us to help on the expense. This year, so far, we haven't seen a return, but it's so early. But I have seen good results from that before.
Do you door knock around your listing?
No, but we are creating a system right now, and she did do a little bit of that this weekend. Yeah. So we're starting to get into that again. Just going back to the basics.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Do we
it
have
is.
any regulations on that with COVID? Anything new on door knocking or in person?
It's knock and then leave the flyer. So I'm not too sure if there is anything, and if there is, please let me know. But because, you know, like things have lightened up, I mean, maybe it will like rein in a little bit more, but we're trying it for now. But if you guys hear anything, let me know.
Yeah, nothing yet. I know Chris isn't on here. I don't believe Rachel's on here either. If you are, Rachel, chime in. Are you on? No, I didn't think she would be. Yeah, they're not. So
too. Let me show you real quick. Where is it? Saying it's hecka nice, and it's a trifold, and it's like a nice material. And then bam, we have our team in there, and then like bragging rights and what's going on in their neighborhood. It's pretty sweet.
that's nice. Thank you. Anybody else? What are you doing with your listings?
I do the same as 200 flyers coming soon and then sold. So that's what I have been doing.
What company do you guys use? Do you still use Michael Lewis, Ashley?
Aaron.
For farms.
For fact.
For farm.
Fact.
What was
Canva.
this was Canva, and it came folded.
They came folded, yeah.
Oh, Canva sent those to you too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I made it in Canva and they came folded. We weren't sure if it would, but it came, and they're nice quality.
They're very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. What about you guys? Lisa, what do you
I
use?
use Core Fact too. Sorry.
So we've been doing geographic farming. So I chose a farm actually in my neighborhood, and we've been sending out postcards, and I think just the consistency of that. I just sold $1 million in Manteca that came through that.
Congratulations.
So it's crazy, but I think going back to basics, one of the other panelists said that. I think it was Ashley. That's what we need to do right now, is go back to the basics and just be consistent with what you're doing.
That's exactly it. Consistency. Can you imagine if we were consistent on every single one of those listings? You guys would be killing it. Not that you're not already. Let me just say that. All right, Nagi, someone just texted me this. So here you go. How many contacts did you send the personal video to? I think it was 300. So did I win something? I just need to know. I think it was 300 is what you said. And then how long did it take you to, I guess, do the video?
Oh, it's very simple. So I went on a Christmas Eve to someone's house. They had a very beautiful decorated tree. And while everybody was busy eating, I made a 30-second video. Hey, Nagi here, wanted to wish you Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year. Lot of love, stay safe with your family. Less than 30 seconds. And then I had over 350 contacts in that list. While everybody is eating and I'm talking to them, I'm just tick, 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 tick. All you do is tick, 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 this. And people start responding back to you around 11 at night or 12 because they are having party too.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much.
Really less than 5 minutes or 10 minutes.
I love that. Okay.
Aaron, question for you.
What was that through you were doing that? Is that the command?
Commander,
No. On your cell phone, you can even make in WhatsApp, you can make a group broadcast list. And in that broadcast list, you can put all your closed clients.
Oh, that's sweet.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
one send, and it is going from your text, your personal cell phone number to their personal cell phone number.
Thank you so much. Where do you guys think your business came from in 2021? Where did it come from?
A lot of mine came from past clients and my sphere.
Carlos?
About 70% of mine came from past clients in my sphere. For your lender referrals, but mostly was past clients and referrals.
Ditto.
Yeah. Referrals is the main.
What,
source.
database. Yeah. So you guys, that's one thing I really heard today was work your database. All right. So what is the one thing you do in your business consistently that generates success for you?
I make tons of videos, simple. I keep making videos. I just keep making videos, period.
I love it. I love it. Thank you. Anybody else? What are you doing? What's the one thing you do consistently that generates success for your business?
Definitely for me, it's been my community outreach, being involved and serving on various boards, because people are constantly seeing my face. And in fact, I was out to dinner the other night with some friends here in Tracy, and this guy came up to me and said, "You're Lisa." And I'm like, yeah, how do you know that? It was really kind of creepy and weird, but he goes, "I just see your face everywhere." So, I mean, I can't really quantify how that turns into business for me, but I do know that I get reactions like that around town. So being involved in the community has definitely been something that's been successful for me, and I enjoy it.
Nice. Thank you so much. Anybody else? All right, I'll move on. What is something that is different that you do to make you stand apart from anybody else when you meet with a potential customer?
I would say in my case, it's my knowledge. As I said, my base is with my loans. My background is loans. So when I talk to them, I'm talking about the whole package thing. And I'm still a licensed loan officer, even though I'm not practicing it. So I can give them a direction, what down payment, what rate, and they always stay with me because they got one full package knowledge from a person.
Got it. Thank you. Ash, what do you do differently?
I was just messaging you to let you know that I got to leave right now. But honestly, I agree. Studying the market, knowing what's going on, knowing what what the corner house looked like, what it sold for, just being heavily involved. And then also, I really stress to my sellers like, hey, like my reputation out in the community and with other agents, right? Because that helps them. The following on social media, all of that definitely helps my clients. So I do touch on all of that good stuff when I am in the
Thank you so much. And Ashley needs to go pick up her daughter, and it's got a family business. So thank you so much, Ashley. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Ashley.
Thank you, Erin. Okay.
I just had a listing appointment, and I went up against a very well-known agent here in town, probably the #1 agent here in Tracy. And afterwards, they told me over and over and over that they gave me the listing because I showed an interest in them and listened to what they wanted and what their goals were. Whereas the other person treated it more like just an order taking. You need to do X, Y, and Z, and this is what's going to happen. And they felt like, okay, he's very experienced, knows what he's doing, but he doesn't care about us at all. And so just go out there and be yourself and build that rapport and really keep in check that it's about them and not about the process, because I know I can be guilty of it sometimes where we get so into a routine. Yep, this is how we do a listing appointment, and it's check, check, check off the box, that we can forget that these are people who are making one of the biggest decisions of their life. And so just taking a few extra minutes to listen to them and what their story is, and let them tell you about this pantry that means more to them than anything in the world, it really does make a difference.
Oh, thank you so much. Being authentic and real. I like that. Anybody else?
I think the big thing for me is making sure you're available for your clients. There's been so many clients that when you get talking to them, they've probably already talked to another realtor. They've probably had another lender, but they want to make sure that when there's time for them to reach out to you, that you're going to answer your phone, you're going to answer their text, you're going to get back to them right away. Because when they start not hearing from you anymore, they start feeling like they're not important to you. And you got to make them feel, I feel like you got to make each client feel like they're the only client at the time, and make sure that you're taking care of them.
Very true. All right, you guys, do you have coaching? Oh, go ahead, Nagi. I'm sorry.
One more thing, which I learned very early in my career, is listen to them. Listen, don't talk much. Just listen to what they are saying, because they are actually telling you a lot of things. And if we ignore to what they say, we lose them.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much. Do each of you have a coach It doesn't have to be maps coach or a coach.
Say that again.
You have a coach?
Yes.
Yes.
Michele
how many years-
Zaragoza is my coach.
What was that?
Michele Zaragoza is
Oh,
my coach.
you're so silly. Besides me, my friends, but thank you so much. But I know you do have a coach outside of me.
Yes, I do.
And how many years?
I always listen to people. I was telling you, Jim Quick is one person I'm listening to. And I listen to good motivational people who teach us a little bit more than business, which will again bring you back a lot. So coaching is must.
Coaching is a must. I agree. I agree. Lisa, do you still do coaching? I know you used to in the past.
Yeah, up until 2 years ago, I always had a coach, from a business coach to coaching my team to even having a personal development coach. And so, yeah, I have been lacking in the last 2 years, which is why I signed up for Bold, because Bold to me is definitely coaching. There's accountability there, there's teaching, there's goal setting. And so I do want to get back on track with having a coach.
That's beautiful. Yeah, and you can't beat it. What Cody Gibson? You know, I keep on saying it's Cody. Why wouldn't we?
And I've taken Bold 4 times, but every
Mhm.
time it's a different presenter. So you hear something different, you learn something different. I know the curriculum is probably different now since the last time I took it. So Bold is amazing.
Yeah,
I'm a little scared
Yeah.
of it right now, but I'm excited about it too.
that's awesome. Thank you so much. Carlos, do you have a coach anymore? I know
I-
when we first started.
I've had a couple of coaches in MAPS. The last one, I think I did it for about 6 months. It's very, very useful. But I stepped away from it, and I'll probably be going back probably in the next few months.
Next few months. I'm going to hold you to that. So, and we do coaching twice a month, you and I. So yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was a couple different things. Thank you so much, you guys. Taxes. How do you set aside things? You know, like they always say when you get your paycheck, you need to pay yourself first, right? Then you pay your company, and then you set aside taxes. And can you tell me a little bit about that? Are you successful at that?
So I can't say that is my strongest point. However,
Really?
I do have a dollar amount in my bank account that I won't go below. And that takes into account my taxes, the money I would need to run my business for 3 to 6 months if I didn't have another closing. So I kind of group that together, which might not be the best strategy, but it has worked for me. And in the past, I've always had to pay quarterly taxes. So that kind of keeps me on top of it as well.
Thank you so much. Anybody else?
I'll give you a tip. Have a good CPA who, when you sit down with them, you start out, talk about your business, be completely transparent with them because they're on your side. They want to help you. And then as you go through the year, I do check in with mine every so often and say, I'm thinking about doing this. I'm thinking about doing that. What do you think? He'll guide me. And then I think it's in August or September, I always do an end of the year check-in and say, this is what it's looking like. He also does my books. So he knows sometimes he's proactive with me, but I tell him, this is what I'm projecting. I'm going to make by the end of the year, help me pay less taxes. And so he helped me spend a lot of money last year, but it was all in things that either I was going to do anyway. So it was good to do it before the end of the year. And then also, I would say in the last 3 years, I've been so much more focused on what does my retirement look like and when do I want to retire and how do I get there? And so even though my retirement plan is real estate, is investing in property, he does have me funding a regular traditional 401k. And he works in partnership with my financial advisor so that they're both on the same page. So at the end of the year, it helps me with my taxes. I'm paying a lot less this year than I probably should be.
That's great. That's great. Thank you so much. Anybody else want to chime in on that one?
I agree 110% with everything Lisa said. Always in our business, leave expertise to experts, tax people, they know what they're doing and let them just follow them. So same as we do for our videos or whatever, right? So this is also the tax part, whatever your accountant is telling you, discuss with them and just follow them. That's it.
And make sure you have an accountant who understands real estate and
Yes.
understands self-employment. Because I've talked to a lot of people who don't have that professional in their corner and they're missing out on a lot of opportunities.
Yes. That is very important. Very, very important.
Thank you so much, you guys. All right, I just got a text. What book are you reading right now? Is there a book that you have read in the past that has really made your business change or your way of thinking change?
I am listening to Jim Quick because he teaches how to memorize things and how to remember names and all those things well. So that my latest, because I really need to remember things. So that is what I am listening to these days.
Got it. Anybody else want to chime in?
I like reading John Maxwell, anything John Maxwell. Is one that I read a lot. Right now, though, I'm reading Atomic Habits. That's the one I'm reading right
I
now.
like that one. That was really good. That was part of Gary Keller's last year, I believe, the list. I'm reading, actually, Barbara just turned me on this one, Exactly What to Say. This is really good. It's a quick book. It's really, really good. And then The I Factor. I just got this one in today or yesterday. That's really good. This is just building great relationships. Key to
So
a happy life.
because I listen to so much business related stuff, I tend to like more self-development or motivational type things. So I'm listening to Matthew McConaughey's book right now. And then another book that really inspired me, and I can't remember the guy's name right now. You guys will all know who it is, but it's like You Can't Touch Me. He is a former Navy SEAL, David Goggins.
Yes.
That book was amazing. And I don't like to watch movies more than once. I don't like to read books more than once, but I think I listened to his book 3 times because it's so inspirational and it really talks about your mindset and how powerful your mind is. And he became one of the most successful military people out there. He was a Navy SEAL. He was in the Army. He tried to go through Navy SEAL training 3 times, which is unheard of. But it inspired me to do a marathon. And I listened to it while I was running my half marathon.
And
Wow.
he is also known as the world's toughest athlete.
Yeah.
I love him. Yes.
Yeah. David Goggins.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I have a question for you. For the new agents, what was the one thing that really helped you take off?
I would say be really clear on what your why is. Why are you doing this? When I first started doing residential real estate, I had a full-time job and my mom got really sick and I had to quit my full-time job. And I was scared going into a commission-based business, but I figured I need to make this work. And at the same time, I was going through a divorce. And so I didn't have, and when we divorced, we didn't really have anything. So I really had no income. I had, really nothing in the bank as far as savings. And so I had no choice but to make real estate work. And so my why was really clear. I had young children I needed to take care of. And I knew that I needed flexibility in my job so that I could take care of my mom while she was ill. So my big why was just taking care of my family. And if you can be really clear on that, it makes it really easy to make the hard decision as far as, am I going to go into work today or am I going to go goof off for the day? So just be really clear on your why.
I like that a lot. Yeah, I totally agree with that. If you want my opinion, I totally agree with that. Be clear on your why. Yeah. Anyways, Nagi, do you have anything to say on that one?
For the new agents, I agree with what Lisa said. There is nothing more than finding your why, which can motivate you to do things. Challenge your own limits. If you can do 10, you can do 20. If you can do 20, you can do 40. But at the same time, please don't forget your inner development. Because if your mind is calm, your mind is relaxed, you can multiply your growth and just stay focused on what you're doing, but same time, give time to your family. That's very, 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 very important.
Thank you so much. Carlos, anything else you'd like to add to that?
Be consistent, treat it like a job. Treat it every day, because that's probably the biggest mistake is we're self-employed, so we think we have flexibility with our schedules, but you've got to really just grind and treat it like a job every day. That's probably once you start doing that and you're consistent with it, you'll find success.
And discipline is very important. You have to be disciplined. You cannot just, oh, I'm self-employed. Who cares? No, discipline is there.
So thank you so much. Is there anything that I haven't asked that you feel like you should be sharing with our group that would help them in their business?
Set up your goals for 22. Set up your goals, write them down. If no goals, you can't see them written and you're not following it, you are lost. So.
Thank you so much. Anybody else?
Track your numbers, know where you're at.
Know your numbers.
Important. You got to know where you're at all times. Track everything that you can track that's going to lead you to success, not just sales. Track your calls, track you got to know everything about what's going to get you the business and what's going to keep giving you business.
Thank you.
I would say also just don't overanalyze everything. Just jump in and do it. Don't let your little drunk monkey tell you that, why would I do cold calls? Nobody wants to talk to me. Just get in there and just do it. Overcome your fears, challenge yourself to, I know a lot of us say, myself included, I hate cold calling. Well, of course, then I'm not going to do it if I keep telling myself that. You need to change your dialogue and say, you know what, today I'm going to cold call and there is somebody out there who wants to talk to me and wants me to sell their home today. And don't overanalyze as a new agent. Don't think you have to know everything before you can do a transaction. KW offers amazing support. So when you have that person, there's people who are going to walk you through the transaction. So don't let that paralyze you. Just get out there and find the business and you will have a very successful career.
Thank you so much. I appreciate this. All right, one more question. Someone just text me. What is a good goal for transactions for, wait, let me read this right. What is a good goal of closings a year for each of our top producers? Okay, so what are your goals for this year for closings? Carlos, you go first.
My goal, I'm not a team, I'm a single agent. My goal this year is 40 sides and 20 million.
20 what?
20 million in volume.
Thank you so much. Lisa.
My goal is to have 60 transactions myself and then 48 for my buyer's agents.
Thank you so much. Nagi.
So my goal is whatever I did last year, I have to do 25 to 30% more than that. So that's my goal.
That's amazing. So thank you. Thank you so much. You guys, I really appreciate your time. I appreciate you coming from abundance and sharing all of your knowledge, all these years of knowledge, right? All these transactions. We really appreciate this. I know we did pivot this morning and I appreciate you pivoting with me, getting on Zoom and being able to share. So thank you so much. Is there anything you want to share before we sign off? Does anybody have any questions also? You can put it in the chat or text me, whatever you feel comfortable with.
Can I share really quick? Don't let our goals influence you in any way. We all have whatever experience we're bringing to the table that help us set our goals. Whether your goal is 10 transactions, 20, or 1,000, it's so individual. So don't measure your goals against anybody else's goals.
And it changes, right, Lisa? It just depends where you're at in your life. I mean,
Amen.
2 years ago, you were like, I'm just, chilling a little bit. And now you're really going for it again. But
Yep.
it's different things happening. I mean, your son was leaving and you wanted to spend more time with him than on your business, right? So, and that's okay. It's totally okay.
It is.
Anything else? Thank you for sharing that. Anybody else? Anything else? All right.
I would say, if you think, oh, that person is very successful and why am I not? Just think it this way. That means they are working more and harder and smarter. So try to be that, just work more, be disciplined, not in a negative way. Take that as a motivation and keep going.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Carlos, any parting words, my friend?
Stay disciplined.
Yes.
I
Awesome.
have one more parting word.
Yes.
Partner with great people. Joe Villegas is on this call, and he and I have recently been partnering. He is a champion. And when you have the right people in your corner, it makes your job a lot easier. And your ideas you come up with on your own will blow up when you partner with the right people. So a shout out to Joe for being amazing. And there's other great lenders and vendors we have in our communities. Go out there and find them.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much, you guys. All right. I want to protect everybody's time. Thank you very much. If anybody wants another panel to come on in one of our next team meetings, just text me and email me and let me know what you want for this coming year. All right, you guys, be blessed and thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.